Hello and welcome to Behind the Lines. I'm Diane Dayton. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite places, one of my favorite people, and some of my favorite animals too. It's Acorn Acres Wildlife Rehabilitation, and we're with Betsy Shank. You are a certified wildlife rehabilitator, otherwise known as a CWR.
Yes,
right?
I am.
You
yes.
are. And we are with none other than Elliot.
Yep, Elliot the groundhog. This is Poppy's little brother. But he has some big news. He is now a big brother.
Oh.
Yes, he has a new little sister.
Okay.
Her name is Lily. She's also a groundhog.
Okay.
And she came from the Pocono Wildlife. And they had a bunch of baby groundhogs come in, and this little one really liked people. It's called being imprinted.
Okay.
So she gravitated to people. That is not releasable to the wild. They knew we were looking for a friend for Elliot, so their co-founder called and said, we might have a little one for you.
Oh, okay.
And 2 days later, we went and picked her up, and now they're learning to love each other.
Oh, that's great. So how old is Elliot now?
He's a little over 2.
Okay. And then she's how old?
She's about 16 weeks.
Oh, she's really little.
She's a baby.
And we're going to see her
We
too.
are going to see her
in
yeah.
the show. That's going to be great. So they're learning how to get along too.
They do get along, but he's 12 pounds and she's about a pound.
Oh, so there's a huge difference.
Yeah, we just have to monitor their time together. Sometimes he doesn't understand how big he is as a big brother.
Right, and he wants to play, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is he eating right now?
These are his snacks. These are almonds.
So what do groundhogs eat? What do they like to eat?
They're herbivores. They eat leafy greens.
Okay.
Vegetarians, basically. So all of the, in a rehab facility, they're going to eat lettuces and, cauliflower and broccoli. In the wild are grasses, dandelions.
Okay.
Plantain, all of that good green stuff.
Okay, that's great. So your designation as a certified wildlife rehabilitator really involved a lot, didn't it?
It does. It's a whole nother level of education. It was the hardest test I've ever taken in my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a little nerve-wracking. I have to maintain education credits every so many years to maintain the designation. I did it for me.
Right.
I'm very focused and very specialized in the animals that I care for, and I wanted to be proud of myself.
Sure.
So I did it for me.
Okay. How long has Acorn Acres been around?
We were born September 1st of 2020.
Okay.
But I only told the world we existed on January 1 of 21.
Okay.
So 3.5 years.
Okay. All right. Well, you are expanding, and we are going to get into that later in the show. But it's exciting to see what you're doing and the difference you're making in the community.
Oh, thank you.
So the wildlife that you specialize in are what?
Your small, common backyard prey animals. Moles, voles, mice, shrews, rats, chipmunks, squirrels, bunnies, woodchucks. We are going to be expanding to the Virginia opossums when we get to our new building and we have more space, and then we will go to bats.
All right.
So it's all of our small little guys that we see every day in our backyards. We don't do any predators.
Okay. And it's so important to help take care of these little creatures, isn't it?
These are the foundation to our ecosystem.
They really are, and that's sometimes what people don't realize, correct?
They think they're vermin, they're pests, we got to poison them, we got to get rid of them. These guys are holding our ecosystem together. This is the foundation. As we know, with anything we do, you have to have a strong foundation. You got to have it on a chair, you got to have it on a building, and we need it for our ecosystem. If that collapses, everything else does too, and that includes us.
Yeah. You have a website?
We do.
What is that?
AcornAcresWR.com.
Okay, that's really easy. And you're also on Facebook too?
We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on TikTok.
Okay. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to take a brief pause. We're going to switch out.
Switch animals.
And bring someone else in, and we're going to give more information. So we'll be right back. Stay with us. You're watching Lancaster Community TV, LCTV 66. And we're back, and we're with Acorn Acres. We're with Betsy, and now we are with
Lily.
And you said she's what, 16 weeks?
She's about 16 weeks old. Yep.
And she weighs?
A little over a pound.
Okay.
She's about 490 grams.
Wow. All right, so we were starting to talk about the importance of wildlife in our ecosystem. Tell us about groundhogs and the importance.
Oh, goodness. So these guys are really special. They, you know how a cat has a potty box? A litter box.
Oh, yes.
These guys have it in their burrow.
Okay.
So they are urinating and defecating underground.
Okay.
That's fertilizer. They're fertilizing way down deep.
Wow.
They're very, very clean animals. As they stir up that soil,
Right.
they're bringing it back up to the top so that we're getting all that nutrient-rich soil. We learn from their hibernation techniques so that we can try to replicate that for heart surgery patients. If you can lower the body temperature, lower the heart rate, lower the respirations, you need less medication. It fastens the recovery times.
Wow.
These guys stir up our soil. They disperse our seeds. They help plant trees. They actually provide homes for other forest animals.
Oh,
we call them
okay.
the landlords of the forest.
All right.
So the turtles and the snakes and the bunnies live in groundhog burrows.
Okay.
When the groundhog burrows are abandoned, fox and skunk could move
Wow.
in.
So they're creating communities.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
All
Absolutely.
right. So it's the other level of community that we don't always see what's going on,
Yep.
but how it affects us
Yeah.
above the ground.
Correct.
Wow. We're learning a lot today, aren't we? So you also do different things at schools. You do presentations, don't you?
Absolutely. Yes, we do a lot of community outreach. We do education at schools, networking events, morale boosting events at employers.
Okay.
We were up at WebFX a year or so ago. They were doing a secret squirrel mission contest, and I have a squirrel.
Right.
And we took the squirrel up, and they just thought it was fabulous to have a squirrel. A couple weeks ago, we were in it 1-to-1.
Okay.
And they wanted to see our animals, and it was a happy hour.
All right.
So, yeah, we do all kinds of education. We do birthday parties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So if somebody wants to get a hold of you to do something like that, how do they do that?
Go to our website and send us an email.
Okay. The website once again?
acornacreswr.com.
Okay. Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. Okay. All right. This is really great. So what else do we need to know about her in particular before we put her back in? Because she's very active today, isn't she?
She's learning how to be an ambassador.
Okay.
Elliot was in a command. These guys are very intelligent. So he has a command. And I put him in that, and he was sitting. Now, he was eating his snacks. I don't know if she's going to eat a snack.
Well, when you
in
say
this
command, what does that mean? So we
I
all
put him
understand.
in a sit. And I didn't release him until I told him he was a good boy.
Oh,
So he had
okay.
a command of sit. He was listening to that
Yes.
while I was feeding him his treats.
Okay.
And then when I released him, I said, good boy. And
Ah,
he knew that he was released. He could go be a groundhog again.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
She's still learning.
She's learning that. Wow.
Yeah.
This is challenging. You've got a lot right now because you're doing this off your property, but you're expanding. We're going to get into in the next segment. So you've got a house full right now. How many do you have?
Right now we're releasing our spring babies, but we're taking in our fall babies.
Okay.
So we probably have about 45 to 50 right now. So some are going out. We just released 12 because of the heat.
Mm-hmm.
But as fast as we're releasing them, we have more little ones coming in. We've got baby mice and baby bunnies, baby squirrels, all right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're feeding round the clock.
Yeah, you are. Do you ever get much sleep? Probably not.
Not this time of year.
Not this time of year.
Nope.
Okay, it's active. All right. I know it's really a lot of fun. Boy, look at her go at
She's
that.
doing a good job.
She really is, too. It's great to watch them eat.
I love watching their little paws.
Yeah, they're just holding it just like...
So a groundhog is a squirrel.
Ah, okay.
It's a ground squirrel.
A ground squirrel.
Yep.
Okay.
But a groundhog is in the Sciuridae family, which is the squirrel family.
Okay.
And they are rodents.
All right, so there's a relationship there.
There is definitely a relationship.
Okay.
Yep.
Much bigger than our squirrels, right?
They are, but they're not the largest native rodent.
Okay.
That would be a beaver.
Okay, then the beavers are.
Yeah.
All right.
And then a porcupine.
porcupine.
and then the groundhog
And
or
then
the
ground-
woodchuck.
Okay. All right, well, we are going to take a break, and we're going to bring out another one of the ambassadors and a part of the cast. So stay with us. You're watching Lancaster Community TV, LCTV 66. And welcome back to Behind the Lines and Acorn Acres Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. Betsy, and we now have Snags, one of the major ambassadors. Boy.
I think she's the only harness-trained educational squirrel in the state.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And how old is Snags now?
She is going to be 9 in September.
Well, how long do squirrels live?
In the wild, 1 to 3 years. In captivity, the longest on record is 20 years, and the norm is 12 to 15.
Okay, so we're going for the long
Oh, I'm
term.
aiming for 20.
Aiming for
20 plus.
20 plus. Well, you have something major to announce that is so extremely exciting, because you have been taking in these wonderful animals and trying to make a huge difference in our community. So now you are the first ever commercial wildlife facility Lancaster County has ever had.
Yes.
And how did this happen? Where is it? Give us the details.
So, Manor Animal Hospital was purchased by Pine Creek Animal Hospital, and they named it Pine Creek Lancaster,
Okay.
or Pine Creek at Manor. And they were building a new facility up at Lime Spring, and I heard about this. So I contacted them and said, what are you doing with your old building?
Hello.
And they're like, we're not exactly sure. And I was like, well, keep me in mind.
Yes.
So last January, I was in North Carolina teaching squirrel rehabilitation.
Okay.
And Ashley Tuma sent me an email and said, we are going to be vacating. Are you still interested in the building?
Right.
And I replied immediately saying yes.
Yeah.
And, we talked back and forth, and we, is it going to work? And I looked at the layout of the building, and we formed a partnership, and Ryan and Ashley are helping us with the building, and we're moving in, and it's dreams come true.
It really
I mean,
does.
they
When
really
you put it out,
do.
and one thing you do too, Betsy, when you see something, you don't hesitate to reach out and see if there's a partnership or something that you can do.
No, you always got to ask.
Absolutely, because you
Always
never
ask.
know. You
The
never
worst
know.
they could say is no, and then
Right.
you ask somebody else.
Right. So is there a timeline on this, or what's
So
projection?
right now we are finalizing the lease. Acorn Acres is leasing the facility.
Right.
After that is finalized, we have a little bit of construction we need to do. We're building our own education room.
Oh, wow.
So we can do some of the education that we would go out to do. Now you can come to us and we'll do it in-house.
Right.
I don't want to do that in baby season with all of our animals there. So we're
Sure.
going to do that. And we need to do some painting, and then, have a dishwasher installed and move in refrigerators. A lot of the heavy lifting. We're going to do all that, and then we're moving in. So I hope 60 days.
Oh, wow. So that would give us, when would that be? Sometime in September?
August, September.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This summer.
Okay. Wow, that is so exciting. We're talking 2024 here. Wow.
Yeah. I know.
Amazing.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
We are, the part I'm most excited about, one, the space. Right now we're working in 154 square foot of space. We are literally colliding with each other.
Yes.
We're in my dining room in my house.
Yes.
We're putting hundreds of animals through my dining room. The new facility is 2,000 square feet.
That kind of blows your mind
I
when you
know.
think about it, doesn't
We're
it?
not going to know what to do with all the room.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to find something, though.
We're going to fill it with little animals.
I'm sure.
We've had to close as a facility. We've had to close every single year because I run out of room. I
Right.
don't have any more room
Yeah.
for animals. When I start stacking them on top of one another, we have to close.
Yeah.
And we tell the community we're here to help, and then suddenly we have to close. And
Yeah.
they get frustrated. It breaks our heart.
Right.
And we're hopefully not going to have to do that
Yeah.
anymore. I can take on more volunteers. And the way the building is designed, this is the best part.
Okay.
We're going to be able to bring the public in and give them tours.
Oh, wow.
They're going to be able to see wildlife rehabilitation occurring. It's always videotaped.
Yes.
It's always, on social channels. You're going to be able to stand there and watch it. So we don't want the wild animals to become accustomed to people, which is why facilities don't offer this.
Right.
We don't want these guys seeing people. We don't want them used to them because we're going to put them out in their natural environment, and we don't want them approaching people.
Right.
With the way this facility is designed, I can put one-way glass in the doors. So the people can see in, but the animals cannot see out. And you're going to be able to witness all of our volunteers and our staff rehabilitating these animals, doing physical therapy, cleaning the cages, feeding them. And it's something that's not done. And Lancaster's going to be able to come see that.
That's amazing.
I'm so excited.
That's totally amazing. And exactly where is this located again?
So it's at 2100 Stone Mill Road.
Okay. What is that near?
It's right off of Roarstown Road.
Okay. And
right down from Lowe's.
okay. All right.
It's right at that bend on Roarstown Road.
Okay.
The big thing there, though, is our address is going to be published. We are by appointment only.
Okay.
We have to be. I don't have staff yet.
Yes.
I literally don't have somebody manning the front door. So we can't just have people coming in. So I'm asking everybody to call us.
Yep.
We are growing. We hear the need. Give us time to finish growing before we can totally open up and just have people come in unannounced.
That sounds
good. But please make an appointment.
Yes. Well, Snags, thank you for being so well behaved.
She's a rock star.
Oh, she is a rock star. But we have one that we haven't introduced to the world yet. So right after this, stay with us. You're watching Lancaster Community TV, LCTV 66. Welcome back to Behind the Lines, Acorn Acres Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. And we're with Betsy, we're with my grandson, Oli. And Oli, who do we have here? What is this? Who did she say? Do you know who she said it was?
Scarlet.
Scarlet, okay. So
Southern
tell us about
flying
Scarlet.
So Scarlet is a southern flying squirrel. They are native here. She's actually from Willow Street. And she has a genetic abnormality called dwarfism. So she is full grown.
Yep.
She's almost a year old, but she's about half the size of a normal southern flying squirrel.
Okay. And then the weight, so we can get an idea
So
about the weight.
Scarlet weighs 30 grams. And for comparison, a nickel weighs 5 grams. So Scarlet weighs equivalent to 6 nickels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, she's so light.
But they don't actually fly, they glide. They have an extra flap of skin from their elbows to their ankles called a patagium. And they don't fly, but they can glide like 20 to 30 feet.
Okay. Wow, very cool.
And they are nocturnal.
All right. Okay. So adorable. Well, you've got something exciting going on because we need to raise some money, right?
We do. We are coming, we're about 2 months in to our capacity campaign. We are raising $50,000 to move into our new building, and that's to help with the insurances that I need. We need refrigerators and microwaves and just more stuff because we're increasing our capacity so much. You can't touch her. It's
you can't
too
touch
scary.
them. You just have to look at them, right?
It could be too scary for her.
That's right. So to be a part of this, what do we need to do?
So we're offering a bunch of different super fun donor recognition options for different levels of donations. We will recognize you on our donor tree with an acorn, with an animal, with a chunk of the tree.
Oh, wow.
If you want naming rights to one of our treatment rooms. There's a whole bunch of different options. It's all on our website, which is acornacreswr.com.
Right.
We're almost there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're coming down. I think we have about $2,000 left to go.
Oh,
we're
great.
almost there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Great. So the community is coming together. And
the
that's what it's all
community
about.
has been incredibly supportive.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
We asked for help and they were like, here we are.
Here we are. Okay, that's great. That's so good. What else do we need to know before we wrap up? Is there anything that's pertinent and relative that you think we need to know?
If you find a wild animal, don't feed it.
Right.
Please don't feed it. When an ambulance comes for a person, they don't give you a hamburger.
Right.
They make you warm. They normally give you a blanket. That's what we ask people to do with the wild animals. give them a warm, dark, quiet, safe space,
Okay.
contact a wildlife rehabilitator, and we will guide you step by step from there.
Okay.
If
That's
they
great.
can do that to help us, the benefit's going to be the animal. There's a
Yes.
better chance of survival.
Yes. Yes.
Okay?
All right. Well, I think you covered a lot today, and we know a lot more about what's going on, and we support you with this because you're making a difference in our community,
Thank you.
the community up here and the community down here. It all relates, and we all take care of each other. Okay. So let's just say goodbye to her real quick. And here we go. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Diane Dayton with Behind the Lines, reminding you to look behind the lines. You might be surprised what you find.